We have been in business for 80 years for good reason. We're good at what we do.
Parts of viaton go back to the 19th century. We used to have a pigment blending operation as well as the minerals business, minerals processing business. The pigment blending operation goes back to the 19th century. We've been operating on this site since 1926. There was a mine that was operated here supplying varieties feedstock until 1953, I believe it was. We now bring all the raw materials in from other sources, but we were actually mining our own feedstock. This whole part of Derbyshire was a lead mining area going back 2,000 years or more, and lead was mined under here as well, but more latterly 1926 to 53 it was varieties that was being taken out.
I would say the main benefits of viaton at the moment are our finer grades. We've produced the medium and coarse grades, the 15 and 10 microns, for many years, and they've definitely got a place in the market. But where we see ourselves being different to other people is really the finer grades, the 3 and 4 micron, that gives you better dispersibility, better gloss, better finish, and that's an area that we've really focused on. And I'd like to think we're a leading company globally when it comes to those finer grades.
We've advanced our technology over the years, which has enabled us to produce finer and finer micronized grades. And some years ago, we launched AW4C, which is a 4 micron top size grade, mean particle size about 1.4 microns. And that has exceptionally high gloss in a whole range of industrial coatings and powder coatings. Being a naturally produced product as well, without the chemical byproducts I've mentioned, it also has very good dispersion characteristics. This means that you can high-speed disperse it rather than bead mill it. Now, high-speed dispersion, as paint companies know, is a much more economical method of production and is very widely used throughout the industry. But some of the synthetic grades, they can't be high-speed dispersed. They have to be finished at least by bead milling, and that's a much more expensive process.
We sell to the major markets around the world, not just in terms of the countries, but different market sectors, the automotive market, powder coatings, industrial coatings, and in those markets we sell to the major players in those markets. In automotive we sell to Federal Mogul, TMD, and powder coatings, DuPont, Axona Bell. The paint markets, viaton, PPG, and we really do work well with these large players all around the world. I've done it for lots of years now.
We tend to work very closely with a number of our key customers in joint development projects. Quite often we will visit their site and talk to them about their needs and work in their labs with them, and vice versa. Quite often they'll come and they'll be in our laboratories working with our technicians, really ensuring that we meet their needs, meet the needs of the customer, understand what the market wants now but is going to demand in the future.
And we're a really efficient company. What we do, we mainly manufacture varieties and talcs as efficiently as anyone in the world, and we pass on those savings and efficiencies to our customers to make sure the product pricing is right and as competitively priced as we can possibly be.
We supply multinational companies worldwide with our products, and they obviously look for the highest quality standards. More than 12 years ago we achieved ISO 9001 accreditation, and we're one of the first in the UK to achieve the latest version of that standard, ISO 9001-2008.
We've invested an awful lot in our plants over the last few years, so we've got technology-driven processes which lead to the quality, the consistency, but also that reliability and speed of supply, which in today's economy is becoming more and more vital. Lead times are non-existent. Everyone wants just in time, and that's what we endeavour to do. We've worked very hard to reduce our lead times over the last sort of 18 to 24 months, and we can do that by having stock working process on site, having capacity and labour on site to ensure that we can turn that raw material into finished goods in timely fashion.
We are micronising our products with jet mills, which means we're using compressed air as an energy source, and we're bombarding particle against particle. That is the process that's used. It is a totally a physical process, no chemicals involved and no chemicals produced as byproducts. So it's a very environmentally friendly green process compared, for instance, with some competitive products which are synthetically produced.
We're not a huge company, but we're big enough, and we've got that flexibility, the adaptability to listen to what our customers want and ensure we can deliver that.
In addition to the general industrial coatings market, we do supply specialised areas such as food contact plastics and toy coatings. For those applications, it's important that the materials are very, very pure, and in particular the levels of heavy metals are maintained at quite low levels. Materials such as lead, mercury, chromium, antimony, arsenic, etc. Those levels have to be very, very low. And we control those by very, very careful selection of feedstocks and continually monitoring supplies of those feedstocks.
We've got a very deep understanding of the market and the applications, and obviously the products we're using and what can be done with them and what we can do with them. And over that sort of 80 plus years of experience we have developed a high level of expertise. I'd like to think it's second to none in the industry.